San Francisco in round 4 with pick 35 decided to go out and pick up one of the most explosive wide receivers in this year's draft, Jacob Cowing. At the combine, he came in at 5'8", weighing 168 pounds, but he ran an impressive 40-yard dash in 4.38 seconds. But just because he's on the lighter side doesn't mean he's not durable. Across his collegiate career, he saw action in 57 games with at least one reception in each one of those games. He was a nightmare to guard, especially on choice routes where he really got to show off his agility and athleticism. So is this athleticism and production over his college career enough for him to be successful at the next level? We're about to find out. We were first introduced to Cowing in Maricopa, Arizona, so Brock Purdy gets another Arizona boy, and as a senior, he had 28 receptions for 872 yards and 10 touchdowns. The immediate comparison that comes to mind when watching his high school film is like a Darian Sproles type. He's just so electric with the ball in his hands, and he's fearless despite his size. 24/7 Sports also noticed Cowing and had him ranked as a 2-star recruit, and of all the offers he received, he decided to commit to UTEP. And immediately as a freshman, he led his team with 550 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. He was also named second team All-Conference USA as a sophomore after leading the Miners with 41 receptions and 691 yards and 3 touchdowns. One way in which San Francisco can immediately plug him into their offense is using him as like a choice route or whip route option. He's just so agile, it's really hard for a DB, a linebacker, anyone to really keep up with him. Now throw in the fact Cowing doesn't have to be the team's leading receiver. He has guys like Debo, Ayuk, and even Pearsall to take a little bit of that weight off of him. And everywhere he went, he just continued to improve. At the end of his time at UTEP in 2021, for instance, he was a first-team All-Conference USA selection. He ranked 9th in FBS with 1,354 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns through the air. In 2022, he decided to transfer over to Arizona. Immediately he started in 12 games and he led the team with 85 receptions with 1,034 yards and 7 touchdowns. This year, he was also honorable mention for the All Pac-12 Conference. Recently in 2023, he led the team in the receptions with 90 and he had 848 yards. He played in all 13 games, but maybe most impressively, he led the team with the school record of 13 receiving touchdowns. He once again was honorable mention for the All Pac-12 Conference. After his final year at Arizona, he did decide to enter the 2024 NFL Draft, and at the Combine, he put on a show, running his 40-yard dash in 4.38 seconds, its 10-yard split in 1.54 seconds, and this really got a lot of teams thinking, maybe his size isn't that big of a deal, so many scouts started diving a lot deeper into his film, and they saw a lot of strengths and some weaknesses. While Cowing can just straight up fly, early on in his route, he does a great job of setting up DBs by using a stutter step and then just flies past them when they break down. But the crazy thing is, you'd expect Cowing just to be lifted off his feet as soon as a defender tried to tackle him, but that's not exactly what happens. He shows off that yak mentality San Francisco loves and often runs through defenders. He's also aggressive as a blocker and showed off great production across his college career. But there weren't just positives to his game. Many scouts are still extremely concerned about his size. He's only 168 pounds, coming in at 5'8", so he's not like he's an extremely big player by any means. So this means he has to be extremely effective in his route running. He also needs to work on his strength a little bit to make more contested catches in traffic. But San Francisco, seeing another weapon in the 4th round, decided to go get him, and I absolutely love this play. He reminds me much of a guy like Darian Sproles, and if San Francisco is able to actually unlock him, getting some bubble screens, or even just as a punt returner, kick returner for his first couple of years, I really think he could explode as a player, especially in Kyle Shanahan's offense, where we have seen guys like Tank Dell be extremely proficient. But ultimately, these are just some of my thoughts about San Francisco drafting Jacob Cowing, and I'd like to hear some of your thoughts down below. It would also mean a ton if you liked and subscribed, and as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.